I've spent a decade taking a bite out of conspiracy theories, unraveling urban legends, and grappling with worldwide top secret issues.
I've even racked up some of their awards.
Wow, I mean, first of all, what a question.
Journalism is about telling the truth, all while ferreting out the bottom line.
I'm a Harrison Hellraiser.
My mission is to inform viewers
Who want to get to the truth within the unknown.
on all topics, controversial, bizarre, and taboo.
You've taught generations how to view the world in a positive way.
Yes, I have.
I know that, and your humility is the part that's really exciting.
Interviewing movers and shakers, agitators and muckrakers,
That doesn't answer my question. That is all I'm answering.
With me, Terry Harrison, as your guide. Harrison with you. This is Go Harrison, coming to you on WCOBM as well as on utalk.us, along with KPFK 90.7 in Los Angeles and a variety of other outlets here and there. I want to welcome our new co-producer and good friend, Christine Blosdale, who's quietly hiding in the corner. Glad to finally be working with you. We're talking right now with Will Allen. Will is one of these extraordinary people, kind of like a whistleblower. We feature a lot of whistleblowers here because they're very brave. They talk about what's happened in their life at their own peril. And he was in a cult for 22 years, eyewitnessing and experiencing every range of thing you can possibly imagine, and ended up with a video camera shooting from the inside. Straight ahead. I want to invite you on a one-time only special trip to be one of the first people to sail to Cuba in 50 years. With interior cabins for a week-long, 5-star luxury cruise ship voyage around the entire island of Cuba with multiple port calls starting at only $16.98. Be among the first in 50 years to see Cuba while it's still the Cuba that people talk about. Take a look at a clip right now that is not available anywhere else. It's exclusive to Go Harrison here. You're going to see this guru, the head of this cult, who is still practicing this cult right now in Hawaii this many years later. Here he is hitting on people for sexual favors.
Have you ever had sex with a guy? No. Have you ever wanted to? No. Thought about it?
No. Thought about it.
Okay, but big censorship goes up, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. The Catholic God is going to kill you. Bodies to sing, pen stuff.
Yeah.
And as far as your performance as a sexual man, was that also an issue? Yes. The size of your dick, was that an issue too?
Sure.
What would you do if you find out that I have sex with everybody? Or with a few of my patients?
I would be okay with that.
I don't, but just want to say. I'm testing.
Harrison with you. This is Go Harrison. You can follow us anytime on Facebook. Keyword Go Harrison. We took a look. This is a brand new form of English that is unpublished, by the way.
I speak this English.
Much like Swiss German.
Yes.
It's an unwritten language. That was a look at this guru, this cult leader, who's still in operation this many years later, now in Hawaii, using his sexual prowess to lure you guys in this therapy, right?
Right. We had hypnotherapy, but we never, I have to say, because you're using the word cult a lot, and we never, ironically, thought of ourselves as a cult.
Well, nobody's going to sign up for something labeled
I know,
cult.
but you act like we joined a cult. No, we didn't join a cult. We created one.
Oh,
and
well.
it was basically, it's about the slow evolution of one, because we don't really think it started that way, but looking back, it is qualified cult. He was also a hypnotherapist, and he was an actor. So he used acting workshops with us, but he also used his hypnotherapy as regression therapy, where we'd go back and work with our problems from childhood. And this clip you just saw was from one of the very first sessions with a man, where he's just probing him, trying to break him and understand his limits.
Looking to probe him, I think.
Hoping to probe, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we found out. And none of us knew what was really going on.
So the heterosexual guys that were involved there ended up having to give sexual favors because doing that, they were told that this was their bridge to meet God, the spirit, and universe.
Well, I think to be more accurate, not all the straight boys, but the straight boys were seduced, and a lot of it was, I think, in his mind, was to make them more susceptible and open to God and all that stuff. Yeah, but it wasn't like a guaranteed godhood thing, but it was like, this is helping you break down that male part of yourself, that you need to be more female. You know, these are kind of like softening your persona.
It's about yin and yang balance.
Yeah, but the girls never needed any of that. Just the boys needed help.
Good point.
Yeah, none of the girls needed
So
any
the
of that.
women, there was women abuse. The women were not
they were.
treated with the same respect as the men. The men were heralded as these great, sort of like ancient Greece, as these wonderful model figures of beauty, and they were buff and built and gym, etc. Let's
Not
take a
all
look
of
at
us.
What
You make it sound like a cult I'd like to join, but yeah. Okay.
You did.
I did. I started.
Admittedly.
We didn't start. We didn't join it.
We're talking Will Allen, by the way, a 22-year survivor of this bacchanalia that still continues now. It's number 1 on iTunes, his documentary called Holy Hell. And in this clip, we're going to see how women were treated, really horrifically, by the way. Let's take a look.
And this is an outtake.
Yeah.
This is not in the film. This is just for you guys.
From his mouth, women were gross, pregnant women looked like monsters, breasts were like udders. Just any way he could sort of like make women seem gross.
We were swimming and snorkeling. Everybody, you know, was kind of laughing or whatever it was, and they said, oh, he was behind you, and he said it looked like a whale. And I did a 40-day fast, liquids only, and lost like almost 40.
As you can see, that would be absolutely inappropriate today. I think it was even in that era.
And the problem,
but in a closed setting like that, where you have one guy saying what all the rules are,
and over and over again, you have to understand it didn't just happen once. This is like for years. Like people were berated for their weight, for their looks, for all these things. People were anorexic, trying to meet his standards. So this kind of stuff, like an abusive relationship, happens over time, and it wears on you, and it's abuse that you ignore. We didn't quite, it didn't register as abuse. It registered as spiritual teachings at the time. So it's very interesting, but over time it's really damaging.
So flashing forward to today, we've just got a couple of more minutes. Here you had all these encounters with him, brainwashing, let's just call it what it is, and all the rest of it. Here you are back into modern society, which I think nobody knows how to navigate, frankly. How are you? Are you feeling equal to the challenges of today?
You know, coming back into the world, the way that everyone's been living in the world, not a lot had changed. But my practice of being in it and navigating through it, we'd all been retarded, like slowed down in certain areas. We excelled in certain areas, and we were held back in many, many areas by being isolated like that, especially myself, because I lived with him for 18 years. And, you know, I love the planet. I love all the people I've met. I love everything that's going on. But there is a sense of creating your life over again and coming into your new next part of your life out of a cult or out of anything you might have gotten into like this.
And cults work on trust. So here you are dating today. You have to trust people. That has to be a bit of a stretch at times.
Well, trust isn't such an issue as giving myself away to somebody or allowing myself to be vulnerable. I guess that's trust, right? I'm vulnerable, but I don't necessarily want to give all of myself away to anyone necessarily quickly. I mean, I'm better now, but that was the first impulse. It's like, wait a minute, I have to hold on to everything that I am and not because we all gave it away. A lot of our power, a lot of our self-identity. My name was changed for 20 years, right? So coming back to that, you kind of hold on to that stuff as much as you can until you can, you
got
an
a
identity.
precursor to the codependent seizure, something we all deal with nowadays.
Yeah.
I want to thank you so much, Will Allen. He is the director and producer and star in many ways behind the scenes of the documentary called Holy Hell. It's #1 on iTunes right now. And congratulations on that. Thank you. We had exclusive looks at stuff that is not going to be available to the general public.
It'll be on the DVD extras, though.
The DVD extras.
We are. So
Excellent.
We are making a DVD. So.
Good.
Sorry.
No, I remember
that.
that.
No,
Yeah, how fun.
People love DVDs.
And I'll get a Blu-ray copy. Thank you so much. This is Go Harrison.
From Hollywood, this is Harrison.
Because they're very brave. They talk about what's happened in their life at their own peril. And he was in a cult for 22 years, eyewitnessing and experiencing every range of thing you can possibly imagine, and ended up with a video camera shooting from the inside. Straight ahead.
I've spent a decade taking a bite out of conspiracy theories, unraveling urban legends, and grappling with worldwide top secret issues.
I've even racked up some of their awards.
Wow, I mean, first of all, what a question.
Journalism is about telling the truth, all while ferreting out the bottom line.
Fakers, agitators, and muckrakers.
That doesn't answer my question. That is all I'm answering.
With me, Terry Harrison, as your guide.
Harrison with you. This is Go Harrison, coming to you on WCOBM as well as on utalk.us, along with KPFK 90.
I'm a Harrison Hellraiser.
My mission is to inform viewers
Who want to get to the truth within the unknown.
on all topics, controversial, bizarre, and taboo.
You've taught generations how to view the world in a positive way.
Yes, I have.
I know that, and your humility is the part that's really exciting.
Interviewing movers and
7 in Los Angeles and a variety of other outlets here and there. I want to welcome our new co-producer and good friend, Christine Blosdale, who's quietly hiding in the corner. Glad to finally be working with you. We're talking right now with Will Allen. Will is one of these extraordinary people, kind of like a whistleblower. We feature a lot of whistleblowers here